All right, guys, time now to address your questions on the market, individual strategies. The market's looking a little antsy here. Always make sure you can ask me now. Jay Allen said, hey, how do you view Disney as an investment? I view it as an amazing investment. One of these stocks that at the moment I don't think you ever sell. They're hitting on all cylinders, and when something doesn't do well, something else does well. Listen, the only thing you could quibble about is where the stock is. Anyone don't like Disney. You don't like Disney.
The too much pressure over at ESPN, that really drives the revenues. I'm happy for their studio. That's excellent. But look at sports. That's a problem.
All right.
Well, I have to say,
real quick.
Well, it's a valuable franchise. I can't talk about the stock today at today's price, but they have an excellent record and a wonderful portfolio of operations.
I spent most of the day not working today, but watching the British Open on ESPN, so I have to say I'm bullish.
All right, guys. Hey, take no more. That's the name of the Twitter handle. And Twitter said, what do you think about PayPal? It just started trading, broke off from eBay. I'm not sure why eBay let them go, but I think PayPal is remarkable. I'm not in it yet, but it's something I will certainly look to buy on any kind of dip. Anyone not like PayPal? PayPal, everyone likes PayPal?
I don't have a strong opinion on it.
You don't have a strong opinion? What do you think, PayPal?
Same.
Is it too early?
Pretty agnostic on PayPal. I'd rather be in Disney than PayPal.
All right. Disney, PayPal, which one?
PayPal, any of these pay, social media, new world ways of exchanging commerce, go for it.
All right, guys. Email alert. IBM reporting mixed second quarter results. Now they beat pretty good on the bottom line. They beat by 6 cents, and they were only short on the top line by a little bit. But golly, take a look at that. The stock is getting absolutely hammered, and the aftermarket down 14%. It's down a lot right now. Here's the thing, guys. They've missed 3 of the last 4 quarters. I happen to like IBM. The street, though, is expecting a lot from them. And, of course, tomorrow, speaking of earnings, we got Apple. Let's talk a little bit about Apple, because Apple's a stock everyone's thinking about. Are you long Apple? Do you like Apple?
I like Apple. I'm not long it here. It's interesting that Apple's really lagging tech, and you don't say that very often, right? I mean, typically, if you look at Apple and the QQQ, same chart. Not at all lately. Apple's been unable to take out its spring highs while the NASDAQ has soared higher. So I like it relative value. I think that compared to some of the real high flyers, and on a fundamental basis, it's pretty cheap still.
Any traditional valuation metric, no matter what it is, Apple's cheap. But that's been the story for 5 years, and it feels like the street will never give it its just due because, Jim, they can't do it. They can't keep it going. That's the big thing.
That's it. They have to continue to execute product
But they just can't. Everyone says they can't. There's no way they can do it.
So far, they've done it.
It's a one-trick pony. Right. It's a two-trick pony. It's a three-trick pony. There's no 4 tricks.
Well, our concern is that it's still a technology hardware play, and at the end of the day, hardware usually sees the margins contract. They have pricing pressure, but in the case of Apple, it's cheap here. I'd buy it even before earnings. It's going to do as well as we've seen Netflix.
Traded 55 million shares a day. Normally trades around 42, 46 million shares. Smartphone, they made 92% of profits as a smartphone. I mean, people are paying almost $700 for an iPhone when they can get an Android phone, great smartphone, for less than $200. That is amazing. I don't know how long you keep that going, but that's something I pay for, Steve.
Yeah. No, listen, and as I said, I think Apple's cheap. I like it. My worry about Apple is China, right? A lot of Apple longs are really pinning their hopes on China. The problems in China, we've talked about it a lot on this show, the problems are intense.
But the penetration is very low in China, too.
Right. But I think people are betting on future penetration much higher than today.
Yeah, if China crashes.
Hey, Jim, I know you don't like to talk individual names, but a name like IBM that just, feels like when I look at the headlines, I didn't get a chance to delve into the numbers. It looks like they said everything right, but the more they talked, the further the stock went down.
Well, they're trying to reinvent themselves.
But they've done it a couple of times throughout the history.
Yeah, I mean, I casually read it just as a layman, and it didn't look so bad to me. The parts that they were trying to re-engineer grew nicely.
All right.